Welcome back to Simo Speaks, where we break down the biggest stories in football, both past and present. Today, we're diving into one of the biggest and most transformative takeovers in football history, Qatar Sports' investment's acquisition of Paris Saint-Germain, and how it reshaped the club from a struggling French side into a global superpower. We're talking big money, superstar signings, Champions League heartbreak, and of course, the Neymar and Mbappe drama. So let's take it back where it all started. Before QSI took over, PSG was a club with a decent history but nowhere near a European powerhouse. Founded in 1970, they had mere domestic success, winning League One titles in 1986 and 1994, but the late 2000s weren't kind to them. Financial instability, inconsistent performances, and always in the shadows of clubs like Marseille and Lyon, PSG was the stereotypical little bro. At that point in time, PSG was owned by Colony Capital, a US-based private investment firm. They had some wins like the 2008 French League Cup, but nothing to make them dominant in France or Europe. Then came 2011. Qatar Sports Investment, a subsidiary of the Qatar Investment Authority, stepped in and acquired 70% of PSG. By the end of the year, QSI had full control and bought in the rest of the 30% from Colony Capital, setting the stage for a complete transformation. And leading the charge, none other than Nasser Al Khalifa, appointed chairman and CEO, with Qatar using football as a key part of its global strategy and PSG being the crown jewel, set the stage for a 2022 World Cup. Now, let's talk about how PSG flexed their new QSI-founded financial muscle. Their first big signing, Javier Pastore, 42 million euros. That was a big signing of intent, and they didn't stop there. In the first transfer window alone, PSG brought in Thiago Motta from Inter Milan, as well as Blaise Matuidi from Saint-Etienne.
Et puis fort évidemment, c'est on a un bon public et les meilleurs supporters. On va gagner, ça c'est juré.
Those signings, combined with Carlo Ancelotti and later on Laurent Blanc, helped let the groundwork for PSG to take over French football.
Paris c'est petit, regardez qui je croise. Mon gars, c'est moi. Blaise, Blaise, Blaise. Mon gars, mon gars.
And by the 2012-2013 season, PSG was dominating domestically, but they wanted European success. That's when they started to make their big superstar moves. Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Thiago Silva.
What do you say to people in Sweden that think Zlatan Ibrahimovic go to a league who is not that good as the Italian?
Something like go fuck yourself?
Two absolute game changers from AC Milan, leaving even the director of football saying Zlatan is irreplaceable. And he wasn't wrong. Zlatan led PSG to multiple Ligue 1 titles, but Champions League success still out of reach. Let's not forget Lucas Moura, Ezequiel Lavezzi, and even a certain David Beckham on a free transfer. That summer total, 123 million euros spent. Then the big spending continues. In 2013, PSG purchased Cavani for a then French record of 64 million euros. Adding Marquinhos, then David Luiz, and Di Maria in the following seasons, they were stacking talent and they were hoping things were on the rise. Then came that night in 2017, La Remontada. Barcelona 6, PSG 1. After winning that first leg 4-0, PSG crumbled in historic fashion. What did QSI do after that? The most insane transfer window in football history. Neymar for 222 million euros, the most expensive player now of all time. Then Mbappe. Initially on loan, the following year PSG paid 180 million euros for him. A superstar duo was born. Oh, and they threw in Choupo-Moting and Buffon just for vibes. Now Neymar at PSG. What a roller coaster. From his superstar privileges to his clashes with Cavani over penalties, and then missing Champions League games due to injuries that always seemed to line up around Carnival at Brazil, it was a tough time for him. The following year, 2019, there became a Barcelona transfer saga. He wanted out, fans turned on him, but in the end, he stayed, and the drama never stopped. PSG eventually offered him to Saudi clubs, and he joined Al Hilal for 90 million. Neymar reportedly felt betrayed and wanted to stay in Europe, but luckily though, it helped him never miss another one of his sister's birthdays. Then there's the Mbappe saga. In 2022, everyone thought he was Madrid bound, even as to reports saying he agreed to a verbal obligation, but PSG pulled out all the stops. 100 million euro signing bonus, 50 million per year. Macron called him. He was even given controls of club decisions. Then he stayed.
Allez, 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 PSG!
Merci Unai, muchas gracias.
But by 2023, the relationship soured, Mbappe refused an extension, PSG exiled him, and after months of tension, he left Madrid for free later that summer. And that's gotta hurt, my friend. So where does PSG stand now?
Salah and we are also, because he come from, our part in the world. Very proud of him, honestly, what he done in Premier League in Liverpool.
New signings like Kvichka Kvaratskhelia from Napoli and João Neves, there's a shift to a more team-focused approach under Luis Enrique. And hey, Ousmane Dembele is their top scorer. Who saw that coming? PSG is still dominating domestically, and the question remains, can they finally win the elusive Champions League? This shift has even been acknowledged by the manager Luis Enrique, who he himself remarked that PSG has become a better all-around team since Mbappe's exit. Ousmane Dembele has emerged as a pivotal figure in PSG's attacking lineup, leading as top scorer in both Ligue 1 and across all competitions for the club this season. PSG has maintained a strong domestic presence, and on March 16th, they secured a 3-1 victory over Marseille in Le Classique, extending their lead at the top of Ligue 1 to 19 points. Ousmane Dembele once again opened the scoring, leading him to Ballon d'Or shouts? Hey, let's see. We start agendas here. It's time to do it. On Tuesday, April 1st, they played Dunkirk in the Coupe de France. So all my Demba Ba watchers, keep an eye out. In European competitions, PSG has showcased their talent, destroying Liverpool in an absolute European classic night thriller. Midfielder Vitinha delivered a standout performance one could call world-class. Nuno Mendes also showed out, reflecting the team's improved cohesion and technical mastery. Conclusion, QSI's takeover of PSG has undeniably transformed it into a global powerhouse, making it one of the world's wealthiest and most commercially successful football clubs, even garnering the nickname Drip Saint-Germain. However, the ultimate goal, winning a UEFA Champions League, remains elusive. QSI changed PSG forever, making them a global brand and bringing in some big name players to give the fans something to cheer about. Names they haven't seen since the early 2000s with the likes of Arteta, Dino, and Poch. Beyond PSG, QSI has expanded its portfolio by acquiring stakes in Braga and looking at other clubs worldwide. PSG has also rebranded, launching PSG TV, a Jordan brand kit deal, and global sponsorships. So, is PSG's QSI era a failure or a success? Let me know what you think down in the comments. Let me know what your favorite PSG tired jersey is. And be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. That's it for today's show, and I'll see you next time.